Morning, everybody. Make sure you share this. I'll go ahead and share it now. Okay. 25 seconds in. Here, wait till a couple people show up. Bruce Cook, good morning. I've been up since 5:30. Been running around. Just got out of the shower not long ago, but still starting to get sweaty just running around. I finished all my orders. They're going to be shipped out at 8:30 promptly. Bruce says, howdy. I got up about a half an hour ago. Very cool. Very cool. You guys can ask me plant questions. I'll be here for a minimum of 30 minutes. I need to start writing down questions, general questions, and I could just bring these up during the live broadcasts. People, one of the big questions, I didn't write too many down, but I wrote down when to start fertilizing. Well, that's one of the big questions right now is when do you start fertilizing? You start fertilizing basically when your plant needs it. I really can't answer that question. You got to kind of figure it out on your own. But since I'm live, I'll guide you in the right direction. If you're using a good soil, you don't really need to fertilize it until maybe a 5-gallon container. For example, Ocean Forest Fox Farm. Fox Farm's Happy Frog or any decent quality soil should last a minimum of 3 months, depending upon what your plant needs and what's in the soil. A lot of soil, they won't really have calcium. If your calcium needs a lot, they'll let you know. Also, follow me on Follow My Growth, Jimmy Pickles Follow My Growth page on Facebook, and I will start giving charts out. In fact, I will try to do that today when I get back from the post office. All orders are done from last night. Thank you for everybody who ordered. And if you use ProMix, you're going to have to fertilize a lot sooner. So it all depends upon your soil and what type of fertilizers you use. That's all up to you. There's very expensive stuff. There's great stuff that's expensive. There's decent stuff that's mid-grade. Anything that's cheap, in my experience, really is not worth it. Same thing when you buy seeds. If you're buying a bunch of seeds for $1, it's a grab bag. There's some good sellers out there. Very, 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 very few. Very few good sellers will sell at $1. Bruce says, yeah, I got to continue. This is a newer phone, so I got to work on a couple things here. Bruce Cook says, I forgot what the extra plant seed was that came with my order back in November. It was bonus seeds you included. Yeah, I have no idea. Well, what I do is when I do an order, I just finished a bunch of orders about 10 minutes ago. What I do is I get a seed. I have a box, the excessive seeds, and I usually have excessive seeds on almost every variety. I put it in there. I mix it all up. My hands look really fast today. I don't know why. And then, depending upon the order, I'll just how much I give for free or how I feel that day as well. Or if they're a repeat customer, first customer, stuff like that. So I'll just throw one in. So I don't mark them down what I give you for free. Yeah, I mean, you'll know by the pack. Okay, your next statement was, I'm using pre-made soil I get from Home Depot that used last season and worked great. It's called Kellogg Organic Plus Potting Mix. Yeah, I've heard of them. I think they come in a white bluish bag. I'm not real sure. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a slight off brand. I'm not real sure. One thing, oh, here's something I've never really brought up, which usually is on my mind for soil. White, blue, yellow. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that. I may have even bought it. I don't remember. Maybe back in the day. A lot of nurseries or like Home Depot, Lowe's, if you notice their structure, they got their main building and then they have a cage around the proximity or the, for the outdoor grow, outside the proximity of outdoor grow. Then they have skids, rows of skids and shelves with skids. They will have shrink wrap on it, but a lot of times, regardless if they do or don't, it'll rain on that soil. And soil bags are required to have a couple holes just for ventilation. Bugs will get in there. And with all that extra water, you ever buy soil that's waterlogged? That's what they're doing. They're leaving it outside. They're supposed to put tarps on it, and it should be fine. But a lot of companies do not do that. Lowe's does not do that. Home Depot. I mean, some might, but the ones locally, and I've tried 4 or 5 of them, just going in there, I take observation. And the ones, when I used to buy soil, like a lot of soil, like skids worth at Home Depot, my probability for aphids really increased just because the way they treated the soil. Perhaps not the soil itself from the manufacturer, but from the distributor. And that's one of the issues. Yeah, Bruce Cook says, yeah, I've had aphids included my soil before. Cold pressed neem oil took care of those. Yeah, the negative thing about neem oil is, especially if you get aphids or spider mites or anything like that, it gives a bitter taste to the peppers. I mean, it's not something you really want to put on your plants, but it works. Go light on it. I've used it before. I go to predatory bugs for predatory bugs. Bug versus bug. Oh, I figured I'd do a live video in another room. We got 2 people watching here. Okay. Different room here. Watch the phone hit me in the face. Fall off the tripod. So I tried to communicate with customers. That's why I'm doing the YouTube more. Not everybody's up to par, and that's okay. That's why I give instructions. One of the big things I get is people contact me. Yeah, I'm having problems with germination. I'm like, well, okay, let's go down the checklist. What's your temperature? Oh yeah, I'm not sweating. I got a shower not long ago. I don't mean to fix my hair on camera. I got a little bit of moisture from getting out of the shower. Oh yeah, so it's the checklist of germination. Temperature, moisture on soil, everything. And the instructions I give with the orders, you know what 95% of the people do? They take it and throw them out. They don't even look at it. Sometimes, well, actually, a lot of times I'll have them folded, and I have them folded so the logo's sticking out a certain way, and I'll put the seed packs in there. People have actually thrown seed packs out. So when you get orders from me, make sure you open up your instructions, because there are seed packs in those instructions. Some people, I think, take them. Oh, I never got any free ones. Oh, that's not right. I heard about free ones. It's on your site. That's false advertising. Meanwhile, every single order is double checked and free ones are given. I mean, it's a very low case, but I think people do throw the seed packs out by accident. Yeah, look through everything. I saw somebody coming to the door. Yeah, well, yeah. Last season. Let's see. Hello, Chili 13 13 13 13. Chili had an aphid problem. He used ladybugs and a few stuck around. Oh, another thing about aphids. Ladybugs, one ladybug will eat up to 50 aphids. So you need a decent amount, depending upon how many aphids you have. No wonder my eyes are always hurting because I'm always in the grow rooms. I usually wear glasses. Anyway, so the aphids, they'll lay eggs in the soil. And then when your ladybugs are done eating, they'll fly away. And then the eggs will hatch, and then you'll need more ladybugs, or you need to spray more. And you got. I do a daily inspection. Not every single leaf, but I got plants right here. I'm actually inspecting underneath. These look pretty good. That one needs a little bit of calcium, but everything's pretty good. No aphids detected here so far, but that's just something to keep in mind. Oh, people ask me about powders. I do not sell powders, but my friend Jeff Contonio does. He sent me this sticker to show people. Hotpepperpowder.com. North Shore Pepper Works. So go to him. I think he might give you a free seed pack with orders. I'm not sure. I know he used to. I'm not sure if he still does. Jeff Contonio owns that company. Hotpepperpowder.com. He used to have chocolate primatelli powder. I sent him a plant. He's a good friend, so I sent him a plant when I was releasing it because I can't trust him. So he could have powder. All right. I've been live for 12 minutes. I woke up super early today. I went through my comment sections on YouTube. I went through comment sections on Facebook and Instagram. Tell you what, a lot of people tag me on Instagram. I'm like, why are they tagging me? I think they're trying to get their name a little famous, so they try to use my name. I don't mind if it's to one of my products, my seeds, but it's kind of weird. It's like, all right, well, I'll check it out anyway. But, alrighty. Any questions, concerns? I try to be here as much as possible. I tell people to come to my live. If right now, I would probably just have some French toast and watch the news. Yeah, if he has some. He might have some, I'm not sure. I give powder with orders in the fall, but yeah, I'm not doing that. So that's your best bet going to him. Hopefully he has some left, but I know he has a bunch of other stuff too, and he does it very fine. Awesome. Bruce Cook asks, is the Primatelli going to be a whole lot spicier than the Reaper? I feel that it is definitely a contender with the world's hottest. It's not my creation, so that's why I've never turned it in to Southwestern Laboratories. Does the SHUs, the Scoville heat units? It's up there. It's one of the hottest out there. I'm actually sold out on the red Primatelli seeds. Chocolate, I have like 2 packs left. The golden, I've been sold out for a long time. I'm growing more of those more than ever this season. And I'll have some other surprises this year too. Some big surprises. So keep following me. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to give the most updated information here. And I'm treating this channel like I'm on the news. So that's kind of the way it is. Yeah, a lot of people are like, the best thing for your company is not to sell out of anything. Well, that's true. That's a great statement. But if somebody comes along and spends $2,000-3,000 with me on one variety, and then I have 20-30 packs left, that's what ends up happening. So I end up selling out. That's cool. Yeah, the 7-pot pickle, that's up there too. I don't think it's the hottest, so I never got it tested. A 7-pot pickle is a 7-pot burgundy color variant. It's not my cross or anything like that. Bruce Cook says Prima Tali. Oh, by the way, there's 2 I's at the end of Prima Tali. Primo and Fatali. Fatali, Fatali. So there's 2 I's at the end. I have to continue hitting this. Okay, name peppers. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's ordered and continues ordering. I know it's kind of a weird time to go live, but I go live when I can. I trust me, I talk a lot, and I don't think I have to convince people. So I figure I'm natural in front of the camera. I've already talked to 3 people before 6 a.m. already. And then I went live. I was just talking with other vendors, people I'm friends with and stuff this morning already. And we were talking about the Facebook groups. And we're talking about the pepper community, and we're talking about the world. That's basically it. So they always say if you're in front of the camera, if you're an artist, a musician, always talk about what you're experiencing. And that's the best way, and it's the best flow for in your life or in front of the camera or whatever. And the things that I've discussed with other vendors first thing this morning was, well, Facebook, pros and cons. The pros, the chili community is growing, and that's a great thing for everybody. The cons is now I'm competing with dollar sellers and a lot of scammers out there. I'm catching them. If I would pay attention and go through every group, I'd probably catch 1 per day, maybe 1 every other day. People, a year ago, people told me, don't have these conversations with the general public. It looks like you're down in the community. No, the community is great. It's just buyer beware with other vendors. There's other vendors that are great. There's tons of other great vendors. Look to see if they isolate. That's a plus. If they don't and they have something I don't, why not buy from them? So that's good. See, well, I'll read Bruce Cook's comment real quick. I used to do a lot of singing in front of hundreds of thousands of folks at churches when I was a teen. So I don't have stage fright. Shy in front of the camera, I laugh out loud. Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely a bravery thing for a lot of people. And I actually had a question. I forgot what it was. Oh, very cool. Oh, things to watch out for. And this is like a checklist for myself as well. And I had an experience, I'll bring this up periodically through videos. I had an experience this year. I went through a vendor. I don't know if they were legit or not, but I went through them. I spent a decent amount of money. People are like, Oh, it's not that big deal. I don't know why you complain. And, I complained, vented to a couple people, and I don't know why, $5, $10. I'm like, no. When I make seed orders with others, it's usually 100, $200 minimum. So the seed showed up rotten, and the company denied me ever purchasing from them. I have a receipt with your company's name on it, with your address and your telephone. And I tried calling you several times. Anyway, I filed against that company and I won. It was a decent amount of money, but I won, and it was a pain, and I lost a lot of time fighting that company. I had to. I mean, all the times when I first year as a company, I purchased through somebody, and they said they were isolated, and they weren't. And it said you pay $1 more. It was non-isolated on the website. Hopefully, some people understand who I'm talking about. It says non-isolated. It's number one on Google. Isolated pepper seeds. I'm number two. This guy's number one. There's a guy in California I'm friends with. He's trustworthy. I'm not here to advertise for him, but he's trustworthy. I'm trustworthy. This guy, he's number one on Google. I don't care if I just threw the guy under the bus. I spent a couple $100 with him. First year as a company, 2 plants grew true out of hundreds. It's not just the cost of the seeds, it's the cost of the grow. And he's like, if you're not happy with it, go buy from somebody else. So, I mean, I've had some bad experiences. So, looking back at these experiences, what can I do as a customer, a buyer from a seller? If they say they isolate, where's the nets? Where's those nets? Where are they? Is there pictures of, okay, that's one. Is there pictures of their grow? There's a lot of sellers that don't show pictures of their grow. None whatsoever. Also, on their seed packs or general advertisements, are they using Google stock photos? A lot of them, like that Carolina Reaper, it's a white background. It sits like it's all bumpy, goes down in a tail, it swoops back up, it goes back down. That's a general Google Carolina Reaper photo. A lot of people are using that. That is a red flag. It just, there's so many sellers out there, and they're not showing their grow. They say they're isolated, and you don't see nets. They're organic, but they're not certified. I mean, it's crazy. It just goes right down the list. And there's more of them that are not doing things properly than they are. But overall, I'm not putting people down. I, James Morrow of Jimmy Pickles Product Line LLC, buy from other people. I will buy from hobbyists if needed. If they have something that I want, I'll take a chance. And for the majority, things have always worked out. But there are some bad apples out there, Okay. Thank you, Bruce. All right. Chili 131313. I think I like saying that. Sorry, guys. I'm going to retype that question, laugh out loud. Do other people copyright their new varieties, Jimmy? Say your order as a new variety. That's actually a great question. Okay, I'll get back to that. The answer is yes. I'll tell you why it's good, and I'll tell you why it's bad. Overall, it's kind of bad in a sense. Anyway. Oh, yeah, eBay. I know a couple eBay sellers that are my customers, and I've heard good reviews about them, but overall, eBay, come on. Okay. That's okay, Bruce. All right. So Chili says, sorry, guys, I'm going to G&A retype that. I'm just messing around. I need copyrighting new varieties. There are copyrights on peppers. And I see people selling copyrighted peppers. They can get in trouble. If they get caught, they can get in trouble. Basically, you will get sued. and instantly you'll lose, and you'll have to pay back. Now, there's this. Okay, there's this. I'm going to bring up a situation that happened to me. Oh, it was kind of bad. Well, Seven Pot Pickle, when I released it, I was the only one in the world who released it. Within 2 months later, somebody took like the Big Mustard Mama, it didn't even look the same as mine or whatever, and released it after me. And I'm like Seven Pot. I went to Google Seven Pot Pickle, and well, I'm not trademarked, so they can use that name. If you come up with a mustard, it's unethical. But now I'm going to stop here for a second. The legal procedure and everything, you get it trademarked. It's going to be very expensive to do that. Once you get that trademarked, people can grow it, people can review it, but they can't sell it. Now customers, the pepper would still be desirable, but the desire and the sales would drop unless you got a hook on it, like world's hottest pepper or something like that. But once you get that trademarked, now you're telling the general public, all the sellers that would spend the most amount of money with you, don't do that. Say, oh, I can't do that. You'll sue me. You're going to lose this out of this much sales. You're going to lose this much if you go ahead and get it trademarked. So, I mean, there's some pros on getting trademarked, but like if you have contracts with specific individuals, maybe sauce makers or somebody else to sell the seeds or the plants, otherwise it's not worth your time. And you're going to play a wild goose chase running around suing people, and it's not worth it. And here's the thing, a lot of people might not know, because you know how the community goes. Somebody buys something from a nursery, Peruvian, I'll give you an example, Peruvian white bullet, that's trademarked. Now somebody buys that plant, they grow it, or they buy the seeds, they grow it, they sell all the seeds, and now boom, now they could get in trouble. Now they trade it to 10 people, and then they grow it the following year. Those 10 people trade it with 200 people. Now it's like 250 people are growing it, and then they're selling it and all this. Now they could all get in trouble, every single one of them. It would be something small, maybe a small fine. It would be mostly they would look into your records. My phone is going crazy. Why? Oh, wow. I have a million notifications on here. Oh, well, that's okay. I'm here. People can come here on live. I've been telling everybody I'm live. So as far as trademarks go, that's that. So we're going back to the Seven Pot Pickle. There's a Canadian company, I'm not mentioning the name, and they renamed a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. And they took a mustard pepper after I released it. Oh, here's the interesting part. I wasn't going to get into this, but that's okay. It is what it is. And if that company, I know for a fact that company doesn't like me talking about it, so what? Then don't do it. You know, it's as simple as that. It's like, you want to screw me over, but I'm not allowed to talk about it? You freaking kidding me? So I have the Seven Pot Pickle. I released it. I talked about it for about a year in advance just to get the name out there, get the hype up. Hype helps sales. I release it. I sell it. 3 months later, a Canadian company is selling a random mustard pepper Seven Pot Pickle. So is it a possibility? A coincidence? I'm trying to keep open-minded. So this is what I do. I tell myself, let me be responsible, an adult, and contact that company. See what, if they can't tell me the history, if it's a hybrid, if it's a cross, a color variant, anything. Could they tell me anything? So I contacted them. They ignored me for a while. I finally got a hold of them. And they're like, well, they were on a different time zone. I think that maybe that was why. But it took me about a week to get a hold of this company. It took a little bit of a small struggle. So I got a hold of them. We talked twice. And they said, Seven Paw Pickle, we've had it for years. Okay, you've had it for years. Where'd you get it? Some guy in England. Some guy. What's the guy's name? I don't know. Is it a color variant? Is it a hybrid? Is it, is it a cross? How did the name come about? What generation is it? Generation, Philia, F1, F2, F3, so on and so forth. Is it stable? Oh, we don't know who created it. We forgot the name who gave it to us. We don't know the generation. We don't know. They knew nothing. It was just red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. So then I go to their website. These guys had like 1,500 types of peppers. Now I started looking. They were just, you could tell one was Bishop's Hat, which I have available at jppepperseeds.com. Bishop Hat, and then they renamed it to, it was like Bishop Hat. Bishop Hat is one of those peppers has the most amount of names for anything. So it was like Bishop Hat. And then they renamed it to the Red Hat. I'm just kind of making this up a little bit because I don't know the exact names off the top of my head. But it was like the Bishop Hat, the Red Hat. They started making up other names. The Sweet Ruby or whatever. I'm just giving examples of what they were doing. And they took one pepper and they might have had like maybe X amount of seeds, whatever, volume, small, large, medium, I don't know. And they go ahead and they just name it 10 different names. And I'm looking at this. This is ridiculous. So I'm like, all right, once again, relax. Let's do a little digging. Yeah, there are people like, don't buy from them. They're horrible. They're scamming. They're renaming. That's exactly what happened to me. So, for example, if I trademark Seven Paw Pickle, I could actually prosecuted against them. I knew they were using my name, and the guy was on my friend, and I found out the guy who owns the company was on my friends list. I have 5,000 people on Facebook on my friends list. He was on it, so he was watching me on my business page. So he saw something that started moving within the first month. It was like Wall Street over here. Move, go, 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 go. Everybody wants a Seven Paw Pickle, And then all of a sudden, another company, oh, we have it too. No, you don't. You just took my name and you used it. And there's other cases where they did that too. Now, if I trademarked it, I could have went against them. So I figured I'd use this topic and bring up all that as well. So we're going back to the comment sections. Yeah, Bruce Cook says, my chocolate bootless grew true from an eBay seller last season. And he said his seeds are from you and did provide pics of the plants. Well, that's good. Yeah, I know I sell to eBay people. I just don't know. I just see names. But I knew a couple people contacted me on email and Facebook Messenger, Instagram, Reddit, all the other social media places I'm at, and told me, yeah, we sell on eBay. Things are growing true. Thank you for the extras, So I know I sell to a lot of sellers. I know, one thing before I started doing all these live videos, a couple people were like, you get relaxed on the camera and you might end up saying things you might not want to, so you got to watch what you say. All right, so I was going to say the pepper company name. I decided not to, but there is let's put it this way. One of the largest seed companies in the world is buying seeds from me indirectly. It's weird. They get a runner so they don't know that I'm selling to them, which is, I don't care. You could buy from me direct. That's crazy. But here's the weird part. You can almost use context clues, your blues clues, and figure it out. So they bought Baines Train from me. They bought 4 or 5 other things through basically a purchasing agent. We'll call it that, a purchasing agent, basically. Well, he's another grower. I know who it is. But that's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not. It's okay. I want more people to do that. So here's where things go. They buy my seeds that are isolated. Another grower grows them out to sell the seeds to that company, or they gave the seeds to that company and they personally grew it. That company, well, anyway, they must have had stuff cross because my stuff is consistent because I isolate. That other company didn't. They should have just went from me and then grew it isolate. They don't do it, but whatever. They went to my website and they copied and pasted my entire descriptions and put it on their website, which in a sense is kind of flattery. Now, I could write my descriptions a little bit better, but I'm thinking one of the largest income companies in the world for seeds. Well, actually, here, at least in the United States, what a huge making company. You know, they're not in the pepper groups, but they're huge. It's not Burpee, but it's up there. It's one of the top pepper company names out there. Well, they were copying and pasting my descriptions. They took one of my pictures. I sent them a message. I'm like, come on, man. You're taking other vendors' pictures? Come on. That was crazy. And my descriptions. And you butchered the name. It's misspelled there. 2 names were misspelled. So I went up, hey, I make mistakes too. But I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe that happened. So these things happen, and it's like a reality show. It really is with the pepper community. It's every day. When I got into this industry, not just this company, but this industry in general, I never thought it was going to be like this. When I wake up, hey man, this guy's saying, don't buy seeds from Jimmy Pickles, and I'm like, all right, is this a customer? What's the guy's name? Give me the screenshot. Not a customer. Oh, that guy's a competitor. Oh, so competitors don't buy from him, buy from me. So that's every day. But overall, put all the negativity aside, I love what I do. It's like Christmas because, I mean, hey, I got all this stuff. And I got a basement filled and I got upstairs filled. And there's new types. When I mean new types, new to me, but there is new types. And it's exciting for a shared experience. I mean, a paycheck is one thing, which I'm working 12, 16-hour days. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love what I do. I'm my own boss, which is sometimes people are like, some of my friends are on Pittsburgh. They're like, it's got to be nice, man. Freaking, yeah, you used to work at Recon and McConway and Turley, and you work for those guys. And it was just freaking high stress. Go, go, go. And I'm like, well, it's still go, 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 go here. I have to constantly work on media. So that's why I'm getting more into this. I need to, the competition is just growing and growing. That means I need to push myself harder and harder and harder and harder, and eventually hire some people over here as well, which should be fine. But I'm always concerned. Hey, Rob, good morning. Make sure everybody shares this. So I've been going live for 39 minutes. I wonder what time it is. Maybe I can tell from my phone. All right, Bruce Cook. Hey, thank you very much for being here. Thumbs up, brother. You have any issues with seeds or anything, just private message me or email me. All right, it's 7:28. I could keep going. Thank you. I appreciate that, Bruce. Don't be afraid to recommend me too. I'm sure you probably do already. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was a welder for 17 years. Yeah, go weld. Yeah, man, if you guys got to go to work, you guys can watch this later, or there'll be plenty other live ones. They'll be more exciting when I have peppers, though. So yeah, keep grow questions flowing. If I don't know it, if I don't know something, I'm not going to give you an answer. You know, or you could ask, and I'm busy at the time, but during these live broadcasts, if I don't know something, I'll just say, hey, I don't know it. I don't feel comfortable giving you that answer. Therefore, it's best I don't give wrong information because that can mess you up. What's the point of giving wrong information? I see on Facebook groups and other social media platforms that people give wrong answers because they're like, hey, I want to say something and look smart or whatever. And if it's the wrong information, you actually just mess them up. You know, one of the biggest things is pepper identification. People mix up their tags. Map out your grow. That's another video I'm gonna do. I need to start writing stuff down. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I got all my orders done. Thank you, everybody who made orders. I'm getting those out at 8:30. That's in 1 hour. Maybe I'll actually eat breakfast for once. So I don't know. If you guys want me to continue going live for more time, I will. I'm starting to get hungry. I keep looking at something. Uh, People. Anyway, you guys got any last minute questions? We're down to 3 people. I know a lot of people are going to work. Weird thing about my job, I wake up, I'm at work, and I instantly start going to work. Yeah, I live on a flat street, so I see a lot of people walking their dogs. I was wondering who that was. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm always tired. I don't give myself much of a rest. I need to watch a movie. Maybe I'll do that today. Take some time. Today's Tuesday. Maybe I'll end up doing that. I'm going to start doing some pre-recorded videos, and then I'll get into pepper reviews. My pepper reviews will be anywhere from a slither of a pepper to the whole pepper. I can't afford to burn out my stomach and have cap cramps and laying on the floor or whatever and miss several hours of work because I am working 12, 16-hour days. This is the biggest grow I've ever done. So let's see if there's any more questions, comments, concerns. I appreciate everybody. If somebody wants to have me stay longer or show more plants, I could show more plants here, give you a little tour if you guys want. If not, I'm going to conclude this soon. I base the longevity of this basically on my time schedule and how much the desire and need. Cap cramps, oh yeah. There's not too much you can do. Orange juice and all that stuff. I used to do challenges. People are like, oh, for a pepper seed vendor, I used to do, hey, hold my beer, good morning. Yeah, I used to do a lot of challenges back in the day. I'm watching, this is what I'm watching the new people come in. Oh, yeah, man. They're all excited. They're all like, yeah, man, we're going to come in. We're going to come into the pepper groups and we're going to do reviews. We're going to freaking do these challenges. I'll throw up on camera and then I'm going to make a sticker on me throwing up and it'll be cool, man. We can outdo Jimmy Pickles, man, and all the other vendors because we can handle it. We're tougher. Freaking well, I tell you what, I did all that. You get burned out. Brad Bishop. Oh, yeah, and I was just going to mention Ted. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's oddly enough, I was just going to mention Ted. I talk to Ted once in a while. Yeah, Ted was a very fun reviewer. I wish he still reviewed. I'd send him stuff in a heartbeat. He's mentioned about reviewing for me, and I think he thinks about it, and then he's like, "Yeah, yeah, man." Ted went through a rough time. I mean, it was shortly after when he did. It was like the German version of America's Got Talent. He went on that stage in Germany, and but everybody had barf bags and stuff like that. Yeah, Ted's a good guy. I get along with Ted. But yeah, Ted Barris, Brad Bishop, those guys went to full extreme, and they just got burned out. Those guys lasted longer than I expected. I wish they both reviewed. They were about my two favorites. I watched Johnny Scoville, but I tell you what, man, Brad Bishop, Ted Barris, they were really put on a show. Yeah, Johnny is a beast. I just talked to him a couple of days ago. Yeah, he's moving. He's moving to Australia in July. So, yeah, so I'm going to lose him as a reviewer as well. Oh, yeah. Chili Beast. Yeah, I mean, I see these guys, and some of these guys, the newer guys, some of these guys, and they're doing a great job. They are. I call it the new pledge class, but they're going to end up like me. I mean, I used to do challenges and it wasn't even on camera. I just did it in front of friends and stuff like that for fun or myself. Then I started recording them, and then I became a company for seeds, and I did a bunch of reviews. I did a bunch basically on live Facebook. I've done some on YouTube. Yeah, you're on YouTube. You could scroll down and you could see like there's Toe Satan. I did my own challenges too. Tried to chug swampadelic sauce. Oh, it's just a pain, man. Who wants to live that? How enjoyable is that? Like, how enjoyable? It's like, I love super hot stuff, but I don't want to hurt myself with it. But yeah, yeah. So I watch these guys get burned out. I could call this my morning ramblings. But yeah, in a sense, I'm always kind of interviewing for reviewers, but I'm getting to the point I might as well just review my own stuff. I'll have Johnny review, and three or four other people, and that's it. Every year, and people don't know I do this, but the powder reviews is actually an experiment to see it's like the new pledge class. I must give out 300-400 packs of powder, which could enhance my sales. And I gave it 30 reviewers this past year. 40% did it. So 60% of the reviewers didn't even review the powders for me. So I'm like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, Johnny's always great. Yeah, I hate drama. Drama follows Johnny. Drama follows me. If you start getting popular and successful, that's what ends up happening. You get trolled. Things are moderate right now, but once I start producing stuff, they're going to be, oh yeah, hey. It's like working in a still mill again. Like, oh yeah, man, you're a big shot now. We're going to put that to the end. Yeah, but you didn't see how many coils of steel I could do and stuff in the steel mill. And they're like, it doesn't matter. You think you're better than us. I'm like, well, I never said that. And that's where drama comes from, jealousy, a lot of it. And oh yeah. All right, Hold My Beer says, have a good morning, Jimmy. Got to get out of here. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you got a chance, share this, like the Facebook or another social media. I'm trying to build up my channel here. So I appreciate everybody. Let's see. It is 7:38. I'm leaving in here in about 45 minutes. I'm still got to eat breakfast. Keep tasting salt on my teeth. Maybe it was in my coffee cup. That's weird. All right. Yeah. People share this, subscribe. Tell people to subscribe. Go to work. Have everybody stop at work and say, buy seeds from jppepperseeds.com. Oh, I continue to forget to put the link in the comment section or in the description. I swear I've salt in my coffee cup or something. Things are different. What's this? I can change colors. I look so grumpy. This is horrible. I was just playing with features. That's even worse. All right. I'm done playing that game. Get that out of there. It's like a million faces of my. All right. So I think I'm going to conclude this. Thank you all for watching. jppepperseeds.com. I give extras with every order. Join this channel. Share this video. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate